I wasted 2 years of Forex doing everything wrong. Now that includes the strategies, the indicators, the mindset, everything. And the worst part of it all, nobody ever told me the truth. So guys, in this video right now, I'm gonna tell you exactly everything that I wish someone told me from the very start when I first started trading. So guys, I've been trading now for over 8 years right now, and I've managed to get over $1 million in funding. However, at the very start when I first started trading, it wasn't so easy, and it took me a lot of fucking steps to overcome some of the issues we're talking about, guys, in this video. Now, the main thing some of them people don't talk about, obviously, is strategy, the risk, and the psychology as well. However, I'm going to dive deeper in this video, talking about every single thing, guys, that you should avoid or practice while you are developing your trading. So number one, guys, is going to be pretty much talking about a strategy. However, I'm not going to be talking just about strategy. I'm going to dive in much deeper into and talking exactly, guys, what I mean by strategy. Now, when it comes to beginners, I myself did the exact same thing. You know, when you go in your trading view, you have a wish list on the right and you have multiple pairs added, and you're looking at multiple pairs at the very same time. Now, this is not going to work because you need to understand that each pair will move different in every single session. Now, that includes Euro USD, for example, moving in London and New York. Then you got GBP/USD. Again, them two pairs move very similar in London session and New York as well. However, then when you move to, for example, USD/JPY, that's going to be very different again, as well as AUD/USD. That moves very well in the Asia session. So what you want to do, guys, if you were going to start first trying trading, I want you guys to pick 1 to 2 pairs only. For example, the main best ones for me when starting out was Euro USD and GBP/USD. Now, these two pairs are going to be very easy for you to learn how they move in certain sessions like London session and New York session as well. I have made a separate video, guys, of what you should look for and what days you should trade and avoid trading, guys, and I'll make sure I have that, guys, pinned videos in the description for you as well. Now, when you found your 2 or 3 pairs in trading, you want to stick to only one strategy. Don't have 1,000 strategies that you try and test out every single day, different strategies, because that again is not going to work. You might get lucky in one of the days, one of the weeks. However, the consistency will not be high at all. Now, what I want you to do, boys, is don't start a new strategy until the first one is actually profitable. Now, if that first strategy isn't profitable, then yes, okay, maybe something's not going right. You can then move to a different strategy. What I'm gonna do right now, boys, for you is I'm actually gonna hop on the computer and show you exactly how I enter into my trades and what I look for when entering the trades. Hopefully this will help you to look for entries in certain market conditions. For me, myself, I only trade New York, guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop on the computer, skip back to replay tool, and I'm going to go back to a New York session and show you exactly how I would look for an entry on a specific day. For me, mainly, I only trade Wednesdays and Thursdays, so I'm going to do exactly that for you today and show you exactly what I'd be looking for. So, boys, as you can see on the charts right now, we are currently on Wednesday. It's approaching London Open. So, as always said, I only trade Wednesday and Thursdays, and the main thing for that is because on the Wednesday and Thursday, we potentially can see a nice reversal trade. So, what we look for first is we have to have a look what happened on the Monday and what happened on the Tuesday. So you can see here, Monday, Tuesday, we had a nice upside in the market. As you can see, price targeted the higher side. So what we look for now on the Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be looking for potential downside of reversal of the upside trend. So let's have a look what would have happened. Let's have a look what the 30-minute would have showed us. As you can see here right now, we have formed a very nice fair value gap back to the downside. This is literally in the London Open as well. So here what we can do is look for a nice entry for a short position from this fair value gap. So we'll have an entry right here, stop loss, just for example, let's have a look, 13 pip stop loss, just covering these highs here in case you want to tap into the other fair value gap too. And we have a nice take profit of a 1 to 4 risk reward trade, just targeting these internal lows as you can see right here. So let's have a look if this trade would have worked out. Let's have a look what happens. As you can see right now, we tapped into this fair value gap, nice reaction. We tapped back into it. Let's have a look what happens, guys. So now as you can see, this is a New York Open right now. And let's have a look, TP gets hit. There you go, guys. And price continue going lower. So this, as you can see here, a beautiful example of what you should be looking for on a Wednesday and Thursday and how I personally would find an entry. So as always, Monday, Tuesday, guys, I want you to look for where the market was heading and what kind of trend it was performing. So for example, here we had an uptrend. Wednesday, Thursday, you then want to look for some kind of confirmation for a reversal. So as you can see here that both 30-minute candles closed bearish. We formed a fair value gap. From the fair value gap, we had a nice tap in a reaction. As you can see, all the candles closed below the fair value gap, meaning it was actually respecting it. And as you can see right now, price completely literally in New York session, you could have had another re-entry possibly and had the scaling. As you can see here, we had a nice 1 to 4 risk reward. You could have held this all the way till Thursday, potentially taking out major daily lows that we had. However, what you can do now is you can wait till Thursday and find another entry for shorts again. So guys, now you know exactly how I find my entries, and I hope this helps you as well. The second thing I want to talk about is how much risk you should be doing per trade. So for me personally, I only risk 1 to 2% per trade. 1% if I don't feel like the trade is 100% gonna hit my TP. However, I then risk 2% if I'm very confident in the trade and I know it's gonna work out. So for example, in the trade I showed you earlier, I would have 100% risk 2% because of the confirmation I've seen from the market. Now, many people don't actually know how to calculate your lot sizes. They don't know what to use or how to even do it. So I'm gonna show you exactly now quickly how I would work out my lot size and what app would I use or website to work them out. So this exactly, guys, quickly want to show you how I'd use the profit size calculator. Simply on my FX book, you'll have the currency pair, which is USD, account currency, which is obviously USD, or if you use a GBP account. For my instance, I was using a 100k account usually. The risk to reward ratio, you can either do 1% or 2%, or you can swap it and you can put exactly how much money you want to risk. So for this instance, I'm going to put 1%. Stop loss in pips. Now here, if you don't know how to work out, guys, it's very simple. All you do simply is, if when you put on this tool here to work out obviously where your stop loss and CP is going to be on the chart, if you look at this number right here, 13, this is exactly how many pips your stop loss will be, and this is exactly what I want you guys to put into here, which is 13. The trade size lot, you're going to leave exactly the same at 1. You're going to press calculate. As you can see here, you're going to tell you exactly the money you'll be losing if it hits stop loss, which is obviously $1,000, which is 1% of 100,000. And then here, as you can see, it tells you the size you should use. So for this trade here, guys, 100k account, I'd use exactly 7.69 lots to make $4,000 return on the trade, because I'm risking 1,000 obviously to make the 4,000, because it's a 1 to 4 risk to reward trade. Now you know exactly how to work out your lot size and what to use as well. This is exactly what you do, guys, to make sure you're risking 1 to 2% so that you're not blowing your accounts, especially if you're trading a funded account, guys, which I know many of you guys will be. Doing this will literally make sure that you're not over risk when you funded account and you're not blowing in the same date that you're purchasing as well. Now, the main one I want to talk about is your psychology. Now, a lot of people, they know exactly what they're doing wrong, however, they're still continuing to do it. Now, this is nothing to do with just a risk issue. This is all to do with your mind, training your mind to know exactly what to do, when to stop trading. Now, the big one for me was revenge trading. When I lost a trade back in the day, I used to hop back in the market and I used to just enter more trade just to get my losses back. And what happened is I actually ended up blowing all my accounts. And that's pretty fucking normal to happen because you're first starting to trade, emotions start to get involved, you've got money in the account that you can't lose because you need that money, and that's exactly what tends to happen. I want you to remember, guys, if you miss a setup, how the setup works out, please remember that this does not mean that you're a bad trader or that you completely missed a trade. It just means that, for example, in those sort of conditions, the market moves without you. However, you got to remember the market will always come back. So if you're looking for a nice re-entry and the setup is still valid, then yes, you can re-enter if you did miss a trade. So guys, I hope this video helped you if you watched throughout the whole thing. Make notes, guys, especially what I showed you of how to enter and what days to trade. I've made exactly a video, guys, pinpointing exactly when you should enter and when you should not enter, and exactly how I would enter in those market conditions. I just thought today we would have found a nice simple fair value gap and we entered from that. Now, for those that don't know anything about fair value gaps or the strategy I just showed you, I have left, guys, the links to my free Telegram down below, where I offer many available services, guys, to help you along the way in your trading journey to make sure that you're successful and you're not losing or blowing your accounts. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what other videos you would like me to record and help you guys out there. And again, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace out.